live in West Palm Beach, Florida.
All right, and welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us.
Off screen, you know. Let me get in here. I didn't know we were going camera.
Yeah,
already.
we're good. Now they
we
put it up there.
I'm here.
Okay, right. Okay. How's it going, everybody?
Whoa.
My name is Matt F, and
What's your name? Yeah, my name is Brent.
my hand-eye coordinated challenged friend over here, Brent, and we're bringing you coverage of our 130 buy-in, 3K guaranteed Wednesday Deep Stack tournament. We had 76 entrants today, and we will be bringing you the feature to final. And this here's the first hand, so sure you've seen enough for us.
Right to the action
of
here.
us,
It looks like we already got an all in.
Pocket
Vinny.
tens for Vinny, yeah. Got Monty next to him, a regular here. Looks like he's in a bit of a mood, and judging by his shirt as a fellow Doll fan, yeah, I can understand.
No, he seemed himself right before we started. I think he's all right. Just all business here to start. Skip leading the way, 47,500. Pramod, 44,000. Ruth, 26.5. Everybody else are jumbled up. Short stack's gonna be Vinny with 10,500. We just saw him go all in. Not too much separation. Again, we're just coming back from the first break. But Skip and Pramod got a little bit of a lead over the rest of the table here.
Benny with 9 to 5. Okay, back to the veg spot. All right.
Yeah, I ain't got to worry about the camera anymore.
I told you I was firing it up.
I didn't hear that part.
I did. I
was
said ready.
surprised.
And
I
then
saw
hit
you,
it.
and then I saw my shoulder. I'm like, oh, I got to get over.
Okay, Ruth raised into 3.5 with an ace queen.
No take.
But yeah, no action on that one. Skip's like, I didn't get to be the chip leader by playing reckless.
Got Claudio in the box here today.
Last time I did the live stream with Claudio dealing, the chat was lit with claims of our handsomest dealer.
I didn't know Claudio had fans in there.
Yeah. Okay, just testing out the chat. We kind of had one continuous restream from one of our new programs here on our live stream. PBKC Picks every Wednesday at 10.
Get some football picks for the week coming up.
Football, yeah, football, the big show.
I like how they keep a weekly standings of how they're doing every
that's fun.
every show, so you can see who to trust and who maybe he's not so good at making their picks.
Football
AKA Jacob.
prognosticators.
I mean, I saw Jacob got 3 picks right this last week, so you know, maybe just take what Jacob picks and do the opposite.
You better hope he's not running the board next time you're dealing. I'm just saying.
I mean, three picks. 3 picks. He deserves a little jab.
Calling him out on the live stream. Somebody wants to deal a lot of straight too.
3 picks right is crazy.
Like I said, more exciting content coming up on that show. I mean, it's all football, but for now, lots of stuff coming up. Baseball playoffs are coming soon. Hockey and basketball coming back. College basketball.
College football.
Exactly. There's going to be a lot more going on with
the boring
with the
summer.
pick show.
The boring summer when all that's on is baseball,
Right.
which I'm not a fan of. You know, it's over.
baseball.
We're back.
Well, yeah, but the playoffs though. The postseason.
Well, that's not during the
postseason's pretty
summer.
good. No,
that hasn't even
it's not.
started
It's
yet.
during
I'm
the
saying,
fall,
like
right.
when the NBA
Next week,
playoffs
next
are
week.
over and NHL playoffs are over, it's rough for a couple months. But we're through that now.
Not that I know much about the baseball postseason, being a Marlins fan, but you know, we got a couple. But we're usually on the golf course.
The only
after
team
that
I would
last
even
regular
think to
season
follow
game.
is the Tigers, and they're actually got a shot. I saw, so hopefully they make it. It's about the only thing I would care about in baseball. They'd still have to make it to the World Series for me to watch, though.
Long shot. I wouldn't mind seeing Milwaukee get a World Series. They haven't got one since my mom was a kid. And they were the Braves. The last time Milwaukee won a World Series.
Before my time.
Yep.
All right, Earl with pocket jacks here. He's only got 18,000 in chips.
Gone fishing with the hooks. Looks like it's 3K to go.
3K indeed. A little too much here with blinds, just at 5-1-1 to jam it with 18K, obviously. And it's going to fold around to Monty here in the big blind. Haven't seen what he's got yet. Only 2,000 more to call, and he's got a callable hand, King Queen here. He's also got about the same amount. These two very even in chips. So here we go, the flop. Jacks against King Queen. And neither player likes to see that ace.
No, they hate that ace.
But if Earl has a C-bet here, or does Monty beat him to it?
No,
He does.
Yeah, Monty. He was
Monty
very
bets
aggressive there.
5K and takes it down. Wow.
Monty, it's one of the oldest rules there is. Never smile when you lie.
A lot of regulars at this table. I'm just looking around now. We got Skip, Benny. I didn't even see Gene's here. Ruthie's here.
Yeah.
Monty. Jeez.
I saw Ruthie was here earlier.
Speaking of Ruthie, she's going to lead us off here, folding her Queen 8.
Yeah, Queen 8's not.
Rocco's got a playable jet, 6-5 of clubs, but not in that position, he says.
Yeah. Those kind of hands you can play on the button or in a late position.
Skip with an ace-7 here. He's going to limp in, suited in clubs. It looks like we're going to see a flop
Monty
here.
with 6-3. It's so bad, but for half price.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
you
you
pretty
gotta
much
stick
gotta.
around.
Yeah, until somebody raises.
But Gene,
I actually like Monty's hand better than Gene's.
Oh, yeah, me too. Well, actually, I mean, 10-6 still. No, yeah, I don't like
Okay, I don't want to play
yeah.
anymore. Yeah. Everybody got something.
Let me get Gene's hand.
Yeah, Gene got the best of it, though. He's like, let me try to
Both
shut
Monty
this down.
and Gene holding the 6, although Monty gets out of the way. I was going to say a 6 would be dangerous for Monty.
Yeah. Ooh,
Although an ace is
that
good for
ace.
Skip,
There
giving
it
him
is.
2 pair.
Super. So even if Gene catches a 6, he is no bueno.
Yeah, Gene drawing to 2 outs now, just the 2 10s remaining.
Gene checks
And the
there.
bet's
and
3,500.
And let Skip bet, so whether he has an ace or not.
And folds, so good
Yeah,
job
he
by
was getting
Gene.
that hand.
Lost the minimum there. Bet when he was ahead, folded once he got behind.
Yeah, here's our payouts. The Wednesday tournament.
Double points every week, so
it's
it's
a little bit of a summer lull.
well,
But
no,
it's
they-
coming back. We had 76 entrants.
That's what I'm saying. They're doing
Right.
double points all month, I heard.
Double
so
points. So hey,
we're going from 45 to 55 entrants, now up to like mid-70s at least.
Yeah. So come get you some Wednesday tournament if you're out there listening. Deep stack 3K guarantee.
Pramod gonna limp in here with Jack 10.
Yeah, can we get Benny some caffeine over at the table? It's usually a lot more involved, more more part of the game. He's just been quietly folding here in the early going.
Monty not folding here, raising it up on the button with an 8-7 of hearts. Only call going to be from Pramod, so heads up to the flop. And wow, look at this flop.
Wow.
Monty flopping a straight.
This
Pramod
is,
with top 2.
Top 2, and he's like, let's go.
And unsurprisingly, we're already all in the call here. And a jack or a 10 for a boat. Only 3 outs is what we're showing Pramod's got in that
Jacks
deck.
is dead, and ooh,
Not a
done like dinner. Now, if that had been a king
yeah.
instead of an ace there, they chop it with the straight on the board, but Monty.
Pramod was one of those
double up.
top 2 stacks. Now he's back middle of the pack, back to about a starting stack. Monty now up to 47,500. Skip still leading the way at 53. Vinny still your short stack, now down to 8,000.
Either they're not updating that, or there's some carnage coming. One of the two.
I think it started at 36, so I think they're just not updating it.
Right.
But I mean, in tournaments like these, in the middle of the, far away from any kind of money bubble, you know, you expect to see people knocked out quick. Usually happens that way. Benny, action on him with a 8-5. He's out of the way. Action folds around to Gene here, it looks like. I'm going to assume Monty's going to fold, which he does. Gene, he's not folding. Pocket kings. He's only got 17,000 remaining.
Yeah, you want to get paid, but you also don't want to scare anybody away. But
I mean,
that could be tough.
Yeah, he only made it 3,500, but no
yeah,
takers.
It's a lot of people. When they play patient, they wait for those really good hands. But just because you get one doesn't mean anybody's going to play with you.
Well,
So that's tough.
We've seen Gene play before. I wouldn't say
Right.
he's tight. So.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if you do it that way and then you
Yeah.
finally get the good hand, you're like, hey, I'm going to make some money. I'm like, well, you need callers for that. And if everybody else has got,
Well, yeah, and if
know,
you're
bad
playing that way, a
hands,
lot of times
even with
people
a
pick up
small
on it.
raise, that wasn't that big a raise Gene
No.
did, not at all. But nobody had anything.
Here's some hands. Starting off, Earl, King Jack of spades under the gun. Right behind him, Skip's got an ace queen off. Looks like Earl raised it up, I believe.
Dude, Earl's like looking into his
3,000.
soul. Look at him.
Yeah, I mean, this is way out of position for both these guys, obviously.
raise me
Skip not
while
gonna
I'm
lay
getting
down,
a massage. How
Skip not
dare
gonna lay
you?
down ace queen for 3K. Ruthie here. Well, first
Sixes.
Gene gonna call with an
Right.
ace deuce of diamonds. Ruthie with sixes
Well,
call.
sixes has pot odds now.
And now Rocco in the small blind with a very nice 9-8 of hearts.
And Pramod with
And
right
yeah,
with
how
queen
you,
four.
how you ever folding there? Just 2,000 more.
There's no way he plays that in the blind with 1 or 2 people, but with
So
5,
we got 6 players here going
yeah,
to flop,
you got to see it.
and all
Diamonds, Gene flopping the nut.
But
flush.
unfortunately for him, nobody else has a diamond here, so this is not an action board for him.
No.
I'm trying to see if anyone else has anything
How much
here.
did you bet? 1,500, or is that 5,500?
I mean,
that a
Earl
red? Oh,
has
it's
top
55.
pair. That's about it.
Yeah.
I mean, with all these diamonds, you got to have at least top pair to think about calling here.
Yeah.
And as expected, folds around. Gene,
Gene's like,
can't
come
believe
on.
it.
And
Yeah,
he shows
shows
he's like,
again.
come on, man, I can't get paid
He's
on
like,
my nut
y'all
flush.
folded my kings, now y'all folded my nut flush.
Well, somebody's walking around with a big hammer like that. You got to learn how to duck.
Decent pot there still. 6 players in at a raise to, what, 3,000?
3K, yeah. So it's 6-way action. That's still, it's still
Not
a good
bad.
pot.
But he would have liked to get a little more value out of that nut flush.
And Skip's still looking at his soul. It's from the last hand, dude. Let it go. It's like, raise me, you.
Vinny here, only 8,000 chips. I'm gonna limp with a king 10. Interesting play. And it's not gonna. He's not gonna see this flop for
Ooh,
1,000.
yeah,
It's probably good
no.
that he did here, other than the
Right.
fold move.
And then here comes the power move. All of it. Ruth proudly declaring to the table, come get it.
Do we like the all in here?
It depends how much, 23K? Yeah, I don't think Gene's going to call with 8s.
No, I don't think so either.
He's asking for a count, though.
Can't call. I was gonna say she had enough where she could do maybe a smaller re-raise and keep a couple people in, perhaps. At least Gene.
Yeah, but
But she'll take it down there.
sometimes it's better to take the sure thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because people forget aces, they're only 17% pre-flop. out of all the hands. So. For the people watching, if you ever think that you can't lose with pocket aces pre-flop against a far inferior hand, hang out at the Kennel Club and listen for some bad beat stories. Oh, I assure you, them aces very much can get cracked.
Benny here with pocket tens. Just gonna limp under the gun, and now Vinny all in with a queen jack off suit.
7K, the blinds are coming.
Can't really blame him there. Ruth now with ace king offsuit.
Yeah, and it's easily the best
She's
hand
gonna
he's
do
got.
that same move she did last time.
With ace king this time.
Now Pramod with pocket sixes, sitting at 17K.
Wow,
He's all in.
we got some action.
Skip
is like hating life right
an
now.
ace king there. Wow.
Oh, and he's in agony. He doesn't know what to do, which is weird because he's getting a massage from Miss Corey, so he should be very relaxed and very chill. And look at the evil eye. He's giving the evil eye again.
How about Earl folding the ace king there? I mean, I know he got a couple all ins.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still not a made hand.
Still, I mean, look at his chip stack too. He's very short though. He's only got 9.5K. I mean,
it's a drawing hand. It's not a made hand.
I understand, but with that stack, you don't think it's a good spot?
Well, with 2 all-ins back-to-back like that, it
I mean,
might make
in my
you think,
opinion,
like,
you
hey,
could-
maybe
oh,
this
for
ace-king ain't that good.
For sure. And look, Skip holds his hand. He shows
He
ace
had an
king.
ace-king, so
what's that? 3 ace kings out there? If these reads are correct.
ace-king, queen-jack, and sixes.
Well, if this is the case, I'm taking the queen jack. Give me Vinny's hand.
Nah, flop the devil.
I got my money on Vinny's hand.
Ooh,
there's
that's the case
ace.
ace.
It's got to be.
Aces
All right,
and fives.
well, my pick came in last. And that's going to knock out 2 players.
And you were knocking Jake for his
Pramod
picks on
and
PBKC
Vinny.
picks.
Yeah.
You're not doing much better, buddy.
That's true. That's true. Chip stacks here. Ruth now the chip leader at 57,000. Skip into second place at 48. Monty right behind him. Gina 33, Rocco at 20. Short stacks are Benny with 16,500, Earl with 9,500. I wonder if that was a misread or if he did have ace king there. Because I still say with that stack, I'm getting it in with ace king there every time.
I mean, if it was, like, that was the
I
case
understand.
ace. That was the case
That's why I
ace.
took that
That's
queen jack,
very
yeah.
Ooh, that very rare. Pocket sixes had a better chance
Yeah.
than hitting the case ace.
I just feel like whenever I used to play and I had a pocket pair against 2 overs, the over always hit. So whenever I see it here, a pocket pair against 2 overs, I'm like, over's going to hit. Maybe it was just me.
When I play the over, it never hits.
Yeah, that's true.
And I lose to like sevens or something.
I got a raise here from Rocco, 4,000 with ace jack off suit. Or I'm sorry, 3,500. And the king jack and the jack 10, but no takers.
Nope. Yeah, they're definitely not updating that thing.
Yeah.
Still says we got 42. And we know that to be a lie. Ooh, big lie.
29 currently.
Wow, 29 in 15 minutes.
I'll text him.
We are 15 minutes behind the stream, or the live action. In 15 minutes, there'll be 29 players. But they're consolidating tables, so I'm guessing at this point we either have... No, we have to have 36 at this point. Because they just filled the table. And we're not at 27 yet, so can't be that. Yeah, your table breaks, you get to go down to the feature table, and your big blind right away. Lucky you.
Chip counts. We got some new players here. Jeff bringing the big stack here with 63,500 now. We got a Mike now at 9,000, becomes a short stack. And that's about all I could notice that was new here. Folds around to Jeff, looking down at an ace-9.
No surprise seeing Jeff down here at this point in the tournament. Wow, we jumped from 42 players to 34. That's amazing.
Making moves.
Like I said, Benny hasn't played much, but he hasn't had much either.
He's going to min raise here. Blinds are now up to 1,015.
Yeah, I always found the min raise to be a come hither bet. You're definitely not going to get rid of anybody.
You're not getting Monty off his Jack 3 offsuit here. Although, good flop for Benny.
Yeah. Not so good for Monty.
And Benny all in.
Right, that's...
Monty now calling with bottom pair.
Exactly. It's if Benny wanted any more money out of that pot, he was going to have to slow play that. Wait for Monty to try to steal it.
Rocco with a king-9 here.
The Kennel Club hand.
He's not
and
going
he
to play it.
disrespects it.
Jeff with pocket jacks.
J is for Jeff. 2 J's is for raise. If I know Jeff like at all. And I do.
That is a raise. 5,500.
Skip briefly looks at a flat tire, decides pass.
Monty with pocket 7s here in the small blind.
Hooks versus hockey sticks.
You see Gene has one of his 7s that he's going to need to beat Jeff here, unless he can get some running cards.
Gene's like, get me out of here.
So I saw 1 Jack and 1 7 folded at least, so I think both these guys only have 1 out to hit their sets. Not a good flop for either player.
No.
And Jeff
Ace
not
can
going
be
to
scary. Oh, very scary. First player to bet wins, guys.
Looks like they're checking this one down. Aces and jacks with a queen. Jeff takes it.
Look at all those players in the danger zone. You know, we keep reiterating, just because you make final table doesn't mean you get paid. Well, that's almost true.
Almost, yeah.
Get to the final
Normally
table,
they
you'll
work
bubble
out,
at least.
Normally they work out some little deals, so you know.
For a bubble.
Probably in this one, if you make the final table, you're walking away with some. Rocco under the gun with a 9-8 of diamonds. Again, decent hand for him, but bad position. He'll lay it down. And here's an all-in from one of our new players with a short stack. It's Mike with an ace-queen, all in for 8K.
Yeah.
And Ruth with pocket 7. She'll probably call from the big blind here.
Well, she's
And
already
we're gonna
3K
have a
in,
flip.
so yeah. The classic coin flip. High ace against a pocket pair.
Sevens. Still take the ace queen here. See if I can get any better with my picks.
There's an
There's
ace.
the ace.
Ruth needs to hit a 7 now.
7 only.
And, well, that's not a 7. So Mike's going to double up.
It's gonna bring Mike up to 18,500. Ruth down to 47.5. Tied with Skip for second at this table. Jeff still leading the way up to 72,000 now.
And now we'll see if Jeff plays Nintendo. I'm willing to bet not.
No shot.
Folds that Nintendo 64.
Benny probably going to fold this ace-3, although he's reaching for chips. He's going to limp, actually, at Mike with an ace-jack right behind him, and Monty with an ace-jack right behind him. Let's see what Mike does here first. Also just a limp. That's surprising. I don't think Monty's limping here.
Yeah, that's...
I think Monty's raising this up to about 6.5, 7,500. 5,500. All right. He had no orange chips, you know.
Don't know what Gene had, but folds to Rocco. He also gets out of the way.
Back to Benny. I don't think Benny's sticking around
Benny's
here. I was kind of
like,
surprised.
what did I get into this
surprised he
time?
limped with this hand, honestly. And wow, Mike also laying down the ace-jack. So Monty takes that one down pre-flop.
Intimidation.
Mike probably would have raised that, I would assume, if Benny doesn't flat, but Benny flatting made him a little cautious. He just limped and ends up just choosing to get away from the ace-jack pre-flop rather than play call and a race. Folds around to Monty. Monty with the jack-8, and it looks like he's going to limp, and right behind him, Gene has an ace-king suited.
They were suited.
Gene going to raise it up, looks like 6K. Rocco with an ace-10, he's going to fold. He's only got 18,500.
Very patient table so far.
And Gene again with another premium hand. Again, no callers. Doesn't show this time.
Uh-oh. They have come for one of ours.
You know, I mean, if nobody, as you say, if everyone's playing patient, nobody's getting knocked out. The other tables aren't going to be playing that way.
I was going to say, it looks like they're getting some knockouts, so they took one of our players.
Here's an all-in. This one from Mike. Can't see what he has yet. Folds around to Skip. And Skip folding face up.
No action that time. But you know where there will be action. Right here at the Action Palace, October 23rd through November 4th, the Moneymaker Tour returns right here to PBKC. We're going to have over 500K in guarantees, 29 events. It doesn't even matter what your game is. We got horse, we got PLO, we got limit PLO, and of course the big $250,000 guaranteed main events. And it's all happening October 23rd through November 4th. Head over to pbkennelclub.com for more information.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to wait that long to get in on a big action tournament, we got our October multi-flight coming, starting next week.
Yeah.
Thursday, October 3rd, running all the way through October 6th. We'll be streaming that.
100K guarantee, but we're going to shatter it. Because we always do. I'm trying to remember what last month's price will end up being. I think it was 180.
160 to 180, somewhere in that range.
Because we had doubled it
a
few times in a row. Short. Yeah, because we had like 203 and then 205. Went down a little bit in the summer, but Still cleared the guarantee way far. Monty with Jack 8 makes it 3K. Nobody around. Nobody wants to play with Monty today.
No. Monty or Gene. Monty gonna lead us off here by folding. Ruth has an ace-8, she'll lay it down. Jeff with a queen-9 here. He's going to limp in. Right behind him, Skip on the button with a king-queen. No limp for Skip. He's raising it up. Looks like 4K. 4K. And Jeff will call, so heads up the flop. Neither player connecting here. 10, 5, 7, couple of diamonds. Jeff's checking to Skip. No c-bet from Skip. To the turn we go. Ace of spades. See if Jeff takes lead here. Looks like he checks. Skip checks again. And a 5 pair on the board. Jeff checking. Looks like we'll check this one down. Skip shows a king queen and takes the pot.
Gene with the deuces. Where's Steffi Mo when you need her?
It's been a while since I've seen deuces hit a set. I think they're due this hand.
Well, I'm going to bet against them, as I always do.
I usually do. I'm just saying, it's been a while.
They're one step higher than Ace-King, but just one step.
I'd rather have Ace-King all day.
All right. I mean, pre-flop, it's just one notch higher. And it's not a very big notch.
A lot of limps here. Gene started the trend under the gun with those deuces. And Mike with an ace-8, he says no limps. This is a great spot to get it in here. As a short stack, a lot of 1500s to pick up. And it's gonna be tough for Gene to make this call. I would not like a call here.
I was gonna say, you gonna chase a set? You gonna chase a set for 18K?
With other people behind you?
Right. I certainly wouldn't.
No.
Then again, I wouldn't have called with the deuces anyway.
I don't mind I don't mind the limp. I would have probably done the same thing, but I'm folding there. But Gene calls. It's gonna work out for him in the sense that none of these other two behind have anything to worry about. So he's gonna flip, but
Benny looking at his cards like he's gonna do something. Come on, Benny, fold. Come on, you're not calling that.
I'm very surprised to see Gene call that. But he got himself in the best situation he could ask for here. Deuces against the 2 overs.
8.
And there's the 8.
6 and deuce only for Gene, and that's not it. Ace-8.
So that's going to give Mike the double up. He's going to go up to 42,000. Gene now down to 16,500.
42 is the answer to life, the universe, and everything.
You see Jeff still the chip leader, now down to 64,000. And that brings Gene down to second lowest in chips. Benny with 12,500 is the lowest.
Keep jumping.
So this is about the time. Hey. I don't have that problem.
Yes, it was a very exhibition of stretching our colleague put on here. You folks at home can't see it, but it was the envy of all. Trust me. Okay, now he's doing the Triple H stretch. All he needs is a water bottle and just spits him in the air. Time to play the game.
All right, skip here, pocket jacks. We'll make it 4,000 to go. And Gene, look at Gene in the big blind with pocket kings. And I think we know what's coming here. Although no, he's actually going to choose to slow play it. Just limping here. Which is only going to leave him with 11K behind.
Oh,
and,
there's going to be some hurt feelings now.
It wouldn't have mattered either way.
I'm just saying, slow playing.
Skip's never folding.
Right. He's like, look at his eyes now. He's got the big, like he went all in? No. So Gene really needs to hit a card here, and he doesn't. And that's going to do it for Gene. He didn't even stick around.
He's gone already.
He's gone already. Gone to parts unknown. Monty approves this message, apparently.
Yeah, that's going to bring Skip up to 67,000, pushing him just ahead of Jeff with 64,000.
That was a tough, and Gene had been playing really solid, and just two hands back to back.
Well, I didn't like the deuce call. That's the only thing I didn't like. But
two hands, and that's how quick it could turn on you, everybody.
I think even if he folds the deuces there and he saves the whatever it was, 16, 17,000, I mean, would have probably been hard not to get it all in anyways that very next hand. Yeah. That would have just meant more chips for Skip.
And as for Skip, well, hitting a two-outer is pretty lucky against the higher pair, but show me someone that's ever won a tournament without getting lucky at some point. You need luck.
9-8-9 flop. Skip flopping trips. I bet 2,000. Ruthie got nothing going on here.
Yeah, it's 10-3. Like I was saying, it's, skill and experience, these are all important in poker, but you need a little luck every here and there. Just depends on how much luck you need. Obviously, the better you are, the less. Speaking of catching luck, Jeff isn't catching any. Under the gun with 9-3 and kind of shaking his head a little bit. And he's like, what do I got to do to get a hand here, guys? Come on, guys. You can't all be card dead. Somebody's got to have something, right?
Not so much this hand. Rocco with a
battle of the blinds. Ruth gets the queen.
And
Rocco picks up a straight draw, though.
Why is Ruth not putting anything out there? Almost let Rocco get there with that 4-3.
Yeah. Sometimes when you flop the better hand, you slow play it. Well,
comes back to bite you.
Yeah.
Not that time, though.
It's like sometimes you can get the pot a little bigger, but other times the other guy catches his card.
Skip leads us off here with King 10 of spades. And he's going to raise it up. Looks like 3,500. Oh. I thought the rain was done already. Where'd that come from? Skip made it 3,500. Ruthie calls here with the King Jack. King 10 against King Jack. And neither player hitting anything. Quick check, check, and there's the 10.
Ooh, that's the case 10 as well.
Putting Skip in the lead now. And he will bet the 10, 3,500. Ruth doesn't have much here, but she will call a 9.
Nope, nothing there.
A 9 or a jack. Monty here with Queen 10. Blinds are up now. Looks like 1, 2, 2. And he's going to bump it up to 7K with the Queen 10. And takes it down.
Benny better start getting some cards soon. Them blinds are coming. Monty now with the ducks. Don't do it.
All right, they're definitely hitting us up this time.
Don't do it. Oh, he did it.
Just a win. Ruth with pocket 9. She's just going to min raise.
That's why you don't limp with deuces.
Well, I don't mind the play here. This one I'm calling all day if I'm Monty. Although before we get there, Rocco now with an ace-5 of hearts. He's going to lay it down. He's short on chips, so yeah, call there, not really. Great play. Skip going to make the call at the King 10, and Monty definitely sticking around here with the deuces. Still no set. I really thought that was the one, and Skip going to take the lead here with pair of 10s. Before we get to him,
Ruth.
Actually, he'll check the pair of 10s. Monty checks as well. Ruth going to bet 7K here. A little C bet.
I'm sorry. What?
And Skip. I mean, it wasn't top pair.
Down, right. I'm like, you put her on a jack?
Put her on something better than his 10s, and Monty going to fold the deuces face up.
Monty's got 4s this time, twice as good as the deuces. But that's what I like about Monty. He's never dissuaded. Never lets a hand get in the way. He raises there, but then he gets repop by Rocco, who's all in for 14.5. It looked like Jeff actually liked his hand for a second before we saw that. Queen 10 suited. Benny with 10-7. It's suited, but it would be all in to call. All right, Monty's going to spin that wheel. King queen
4s against king queen.
4s.
All right, I'm taking the king queen again. All hearts. Oof.
And
4s hold up.
4s.
It's gonna do it for Rocco.
All right, that should get us down to 27. So it might be time to consolidate again.
See our ship stacks here. Benny's still 8,500. Rich 15K. It jumps up to Mike at 42K, all the way up to the leader Skip with 74.
Ball 4, take your base.
I got no case on
You
this thing. I
okay?
can't let it drop.
Well,
My case is still in the mail.
oh, you mailed away. If I was going to say, it's
Yeah.
brand new, available at Pantherland.
You know I'm good on that.
The fabulous Florida Panthers Stanley Cup champion phone case. I dropped at the preseason opener the other day. I'm like, oh, I just had to get me one.
I thought you retired. Why are you at the preseason opener? It's preseason.
I didn't say I retired from the arena.
Yeah.
I'm still going to go to games.
Fair enough.
but,
Fair
you know,
enough.
I was just in regular fan clothes. This wasn't in the suit is all. We got Rich with 9s. He's going all in. Skip's right behind him with a 9.
Rich is all in. We're showing this for 15,000.
So far, no one else has anything to play with, really.
Action on Monty. He's not
10,
calling.
8.
So it's all up to Ruth. 10-9. She's
Oh,
not
that's
calling.
all the 9s. The 9s are dead.
Actually, Ruth counting out chips here. I wouldn't. 13,000.
Despite the 9s being dead, Ruth would still have to catch a 10.
I wouldn't like a call here. I mean, maybe she's thinking her 10-9 is probably live, but unfortunately for her, she would be wrong about that, even though you'd think it would be. Good shot it would be. This is too much. But,
I would say it would be a certain snap call if this was a bounty tournament, but it's not the bounty tournament.
Not for her, it's not too much. She's going to make the call and not going to like what she sees. Needs a 10 right now. Or
no, still
some
10.
more, just a 10.
Just a 10. Nope.
And just gave a free double up to Rich there. That's going to bring them both to about 33,000. We got some new players joining the table now.
Yeah, 27. We should have 3 full tables. Unless it's not really 27. They haven't updated that.
Penny, we're showing him only having 5,500. He's just going to limp here. I don't, if that stack's correct, I don't understand at all. But
Wow, and the flop misses everybody.
and somehow he's still in the lead here, and he's still checking.
And it still missed
No,
everybody.
it doesn't. Steve's got the straight now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I kept looking at that 5. No, he does have a straight.
Yeah. And Benny, I mean, yeah,
Yeah, that's
why?
That's a head scratcher.
Yeah. I mean, I can't see. He's got a red chip there, so he's got 5,500 behind now, I believe. I mean, that's, you would have gotten him off the hand there. He's not calling 9-7 if you jam pre-flop, most likely. Benny called 2, so he had 7,500. He was in the big blind. He might have had to call, but would have made him think about it. I guess maybe now Benny got away from the hand. Still has 5,500. Either way, I don't think that's the way the book would. Folds around to Mike here. Mike will min raise 4,000. Again, with the min raise, I don't really care what I have as a big blind. I'm not folding.
Right.
And we see Jeff has a queen 9 of diamonds. He's certainly not folding. Make the call.
Love to
Mike
know
with
what
a
Mike
mystery
has
hand.
here. But he bet it. And he won it.
Well, I saw the only other mystery hand that I saw shown was an ace king. So you gotta think he's got one of those two. Probably, and the ace of diamonds was in there. So I'm just gonna guess the ace of diamonds is a bad card. Could be wrong on that. As you see top right, we're down to 22, so we are flying along now, getting close to 2 tables.
Sometimes we get clues about what's going to happen in 15 minutes. Hearing some supervillain laughter over there. That was an evil laugh. Who did that?
I missed that one. I got Mike here doing another one of these min raises, this time with an ace queen. Jeff with a 10-4 clubs, this time in the small blind, still going to make the call. And Rich with the jack 9, you're never folding that. Not for 2K more. So 3 players going to flop here. Queen 8-3, top pair, top kicker for Mike. Gut shot for Rich, and not much going on for Jeff. 9,000 Mike will bet. Probably enough to get both of these guys out here. Jeff already gone, and yeah, too much to call with the gut shot there.
Well, Benny's all in, either the next hand or this one.
Like how it shows him at 1.8 big blinds. I think something's wrong with the math there.
It's actually 0.8. Oh, it's 5.5. I thought he had 3.5.
Well, we have him at 3.5, but either way, it's not a 0.8. You know, it's a 0.5.
It's like a 1.2.
1.5.
Because if you have 5.5, he's in for 4 automatic.
1.75. I guess they round up to 8. Okay, that makes sense. They rounded up, yeah. 'Cause it's 1.75 bigs.
We don't even know what he has. But unless we get a call, it's not going to matter.
Skip with a Jack 4 here. Oh, Ruth has already called. Okay.
Yeah, in the big blind, yeah, it's. He's like, who raised my big blind? Get that look again.
Skip doesn't want to call, but
it's
the
almost
price
like on
is
his big blind, he's he takes it personal.
10-7 deuce, ace, and an 8. So all Benny has to do is have anything, and he
right,
wins.
anything, a deuce.
Queens. I think I saw
Is
two
that
queens.
pocket queens? The graphics are in the way.
Shows 2 queens to me, right? Or
2 ladies at the same time. Lucky guy. Gets a triple up off of that. And I said it was this hand or next, and looks like it was this.
that's going to bring Benny up to about 20K, 19,500. So in much better position now.
Yeah, at 5K in orbit. That'll get you 4 orbits. And an escape. He was just about to be big blind, and they pulled him off the table to balance.
Well, he'll be going into the
right.
Yeah.
It's not much of an escape, but you know.
The escape is when you break a table. That's when you can get a little lucky. Jeff with a king deuce of spades, reaching for chips. He'll limp. Skip with an 8-5 of clubs, just 1,000 more. No reason to fold that. And Mike with a jack deuce of hearts. I don't think he's going to raise. So 4 players going to the flop. Ace 8-6, second nut flush draw for Jeff. Mid pair for Skip. And Jeff's going to bet that flush draw, 7,000. Folds around to Ruth. She'll fold as well. Jeff takes it down. Just a king high. Three players this flop. Jack 4-7.
Flopping the 2 pair. Look at Monty slow playing it like a champion.
And we will get a bet from
that's what he's waiting
6,000.
on.
Kind of big bet here.
And Monty's thinking, do I just play along or do I repop him?
Yeah,
He
I like that
repops him.
play. Because if you just call, then you kind of got to check turn, and he'll probably check back. Make him pay now. And he will pay. Calls the 15,000, so heads up now.
I don't know what he has. I'd love to know what he has.
Does he have an overpair? Would be dangerous.
Oh, no.
Over pair, ace jack, something like that.
Pair of sevens? Well, I was going to say, Monty definitely can't check now.
Monty started counting some chips out and said, you know what, let's just play for all of it. Looks like 45, 46.
They are a blue chip apart. So it's gonna be all of it to play. And he's thinking about it. What does he have? I want to know what he has.
Either ace jack or an over.
I don't think that evil eye is going to help you much here, Skip. Monty's just smiling back at him.
I'm going to go with ace jack. I think an over he would have had to call by now. Well, maybe not. Gotta give Monty credit for raising them and firing
You
out.
don't get to know.
We will never know. So far. There's always that slowdown.
Yeah,
man.
I know. But you seem pretty chill about it. No pickleball today?
Well, I hurt my back on Monday.
I was going to
and
say, Wednesday
it
pickleball
feels
day?
better. I have my stuff, but I wouldn't be mad if it rained out, you know? So I'm kind of good either way today. And plus, you know, for me, 5:30 is my cutoff time. We're well away from there, so you know, I'm just rolling right now. $7,000 from Monty here. Blind versus blind. Ruthie here. Not folding right away. Somewhat short on chips now. I believe I saw her at 24,000 before this hand, and she'll make the call. So heads up to the flop. All black.
Couple of sevens and a 5.
Goes check, check. 4 of spades on the turn. Now we got 3 spades out there.
High hand, table 67.
And Monty is going to fire out 12,000 now, which is basically half of what Ruth's got. So going to be hard to just call here.
No, there's no call here.
Yeah,
It's all interfold.
And she will show that ace of diamonds, which I did say I thought was a bad card. So the fact that they both had a mystery hand kind of confirms that. And fold. I also saw Benny's queens didn't read on that one hand, so one of those queens is probably bad too. Those might be the 2 cards. Ace of diamonds and either a queen of clubs or I forget what his other queen was. I didn't really get to see it.
Folding it around to Skip. Oh, yeah, who also folds. So Mike and Steve, nothing for either player.
Steve will make
Nothing
the bet.
doing.
Steve will take it down.
All right. So that's it for Brian. And who do we got coming in? Can't tell from the hair.
Oh, I don't.
The hair's the only
I
clue
don't
we
know
got
the,
at this
I don't know
point.
the name, but she used to work here, and now she's back.
Yeah.
Don't know name.
Get another angle, all right, so I can. I was gonna say, hair kind of looks like Tiffany's, but
I don't think she worked here long when she did.
Too short,
but
too short to be Tiffany.
Rich with an ace king here, and Skip right behind him with pocket sevens. Rich gonna make it 6,000. Blinds look like 3K in the middle there, so what's that, just a min race?
Yeah, 15-3-3.
Wow, we're getting up there quick. So, I mean, Skip here with 47,500, but 6K out of position. I wouldn't blame him for folding, which he does choose to do. Again, even though it's just a min raise, it's still tough to call there with that. We are going to get a call from Steve, though. Can't see what he has yet. Still can't see what he has. It's one of those mystery hands. Jack 6-3 flop. Goes check, check. No C-bet from Rich. And there's a 7. Skip can't like to see that. There's a bet and a call on that turn. And another bet from Skip here. Looks like 7,000. Just an ace-king high for Rich. And he will lay down the ace-king. Mike with a queen nine of spades. No fold. Looks like we're blind versus blind now. Jeff with an ace queen of hearts.
He goes all in instantly. Oh no, he's not all in. Right there on his big blind.
Here we go. We got some chip counts for you guys. Monty now up to 91,000. Steve with 81,500. Drops off to Jeff now with 58,000. Mike with 49. Skip with 47.5. And our two short stacks are Ruthie and Rich. And here we go. We got Mike leading us off with a Jack 9 of spades. Monty right behind with pocket jacks. Mike gets out of the way. Monty going to raise it up. Makes it 11K to go. $8K more to Skip in the big blind. He'll lay it down. Table getting a little short here. As we can see, we're just a one elimination we're showing away from going down to 2 tables. Steve with an ace-10. Makes it 9,000 to go. Jeff right behind with an ace-7 of clubs. Too much for him. In the blinds here, we got Skip with a king-9. He'll fold, and Mike with an ace-7. 6,000 more to go. Probably too much. And he will fold. Again, guys, we're playing for 25.84 up top. We are still a ways away from that. So we are at 3 tables, about to go down to 2. 15.99 for second, 1,052 for third, paying all the way down to 8th place today.
He's got kings in the big blind. That's ridiculous.
Blind versus blinds. Mike's just going to limp in, as you mentioned, Monty here. Wow, going to get tricky with it. Choosing to check the kings. Unfortunately for him, Mike not going to hit anything, and he'll check right over to him on the flop here. A min bet from Monty. You know, Monty tried to... Let's go show him. So tried to get sneaky. Didn't get rewarded with any extra chips, but also it didn't cost him. What was that flop? 2 4s there? I mean, all you need is Mike to wake up with a 4 and a 5 or something, you know. Risky play. Jeff with an ace-4 clubs, raising it up to 7,500.
Monty made it 11K to go. Roots all in for less. Steve just goes way over the top with kings. There's a queen for Ruth. She needs another queen or a 10. That's not a queen or a 10. So Steve eliminates Ruth. And that'll get us down to 2 tables.
Yeah, Steve up to 110,000. Monty 89. Jeff 65.5. Skip 40, Mike 40, and Rich still the short stack with 7,500. And we are going to take a little pause, I believe, although
Yeah, it's not actually a break. We're
No,
just
no.
consolidating down to 2 tables.
I guess we're not taking any pause. No, we're just going to keep on going. But based on what we believe, we got players on our way down.
Yeah. All right, Rich has got an ace-8, and he's all in with it. It was this hand or next. Wow, Jeff flopped a set of ducks. And we don't know what Steve had. Ace-8. He needs, well, that ace was not enough. He needed a, let's see, a 5 for a straight, but yeah, there wasn't much there after the flop for him to catch. So it doesn't like we're going to get 2 full tables after all.
Here come the players. Whenever you're bringing 2 racks to a table, it feels good.
Yeah.
Especially when you see all the chip stacks everybody else has.
Confusion there. He's like, am I here or am I at that other seat? Like,
Even better when one of those racks has a full barrel of red.
yeah, he was right the first time.
Got about 200K there. Top pair for Alton, one of the new players. With a gut shot. Skip has that same gut shot. Jeff, we don't know what Jeff's got. The ace of diamonds is in Alton's hand, so maybe that wasn't a bad card after all. Alton gonna bet 8,500. And Jeff gonna raise it all in.
All in. Love to know what he has.
Don't think Alton's gonna be able to call this. 68,000. Skip certainly.
I feel the same way, Skip. He's like, I need a drink after that one.
Skip's already gone. I mean, yeah, it's 59.5 to go. That's 60% of your stack. I mean, there's no way you can feel you're ahead here, I think. I would be very surprised to see Alton make this call.
Wouldn't be the first surprise of the day.
No, Gene's deuce call surprised me a lot, but this would surprise me even more with how many chips that Alton has and how big of a overbet this all-in is. We don't know what Jeff has here. I assume he's beating Alton's ace 4.
I'd love to know. So even if Alton doesn't call here, I'd really love it if Jeff would turn his hand up. Although that's not really, I don't see him do that too much, so I don't have much hope for that.
The only card that I know didn't work was a queen. So I'm like, does he have queens here? Is he actually making a move behind?
Ace queen.
Does he have ace queen?
Yeah.
Ace queen would make sense. Alton really thinking this one over though, doesn't seem to want to lay down this hand. As we mentioned, he has a gut shot redraw, but it's not. I personally don't think that's enough to call with just a 4-kicker
I think
here.
if it was just
one
more diamond.
Oh, one more diamond with a gut shot,
right,
of course. I would have already called.
The hand would already be over. He would
You
have
got
called, and then
top
they would have
pair
had to
with
run
a-
out, and then whatever.
Top pair with a straight flush draw, yeah. Or any diamond. Doesn't even have to be the 5 of diamonds.
Would it help if I hum the Jeopardy tune, Alton?
We're going to hear a clock call here. It's been a while. I mean, the more, well, okay, I was just about to say the more he thinks about this, the more I think he's actually going to call. But right before I could say that.
Typically, that's how it goes.
Right before I could say that, he does
like
choose to lay it down. Jeff will not show us. So.
They talk themselves into calling.
Yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen there.
Palm Tree Trading Company says he's going to call, I think. And I thought no way. But then after like 2.5 minutes, I'm like, you know what? He might actually do it.
Same. That's going to bring Jeff up to 99,000 now. Alton stays at 98,500. Good fold, I believe. Although I would have liked to see what Jeff had there. Chip bringing 216,000 to the table. He's got 32% of chips in play right now.
Well, that's why they call him Chip.
He's got a lot of those chips. Again, we are 16 players here, actually approaching final table and approaching the money. And Jeff on the button, can't see if that's a call or a raise. Looks like a call. Blinds seem to be up to 244 here. And Chip will check his option from the big blind. Is Jimmy Cigar downstairs? There's a good chance of that. I can't tell you if he's playing or if he's betting the dogs, but there's a good chance one of those two is happening.
I typically don't work Wednesdays, so
No,
I can't really
neither, yeah.
say to that. So, I mean, he could be.
I see him a lot playing, and I see him almost more these days just betting the dogs.
Right. He's usually at that far table.
Yeah.
They don't really open much, just with a racing form, and he's like looking at stuff. I know next to nothing. He asked me one time, what do I think of the horses? And I said, I'll be honest with you, I know nothing about horses.
I know less than you.
You're right. The only time I was like really into a horse race was when the guy that owns the Panthers had a horse in the Kentucky Derby. Because they did a story on it on the news, and his horse won. So, good for him.
All right, Steve looking down at sixes here. And he's going to bump it up to 12,000. Chip with pocket nine is going to make the call. And we're going to be heads up to the flop here, sixes against nines.
And wow, overkill. Running sixes.
And he checks. I'm going to let
Or
Steve
running straight
c-bet
cards.
here,
Yeah,
and he's going
I
to go
was
with
gonna say.
16,000.
Running sixes sounds like a lot less than 4%. I'm like, oh, well, running straight cards.
Now, do you call
3
here or
and
come
4.
over the top? I like just to call.
Yeah,
but
I just call
with the
here.
set, there is a flush draw out
Especially
there.
with that little bit of Hollywooding he did right there.
But he is just going to call.
It's definitely a call.
Call and check again.
Maybe he'll put me on a flush draw, and then he'll bet again. I check again.
It looks like
If
he
I'm him,
did check
yeah.
again. Now you can think of coming over the top.
Nah, patience.
Because
Patience.
now if you flat again.
Flat one more time.
Nah, I'd raise to like 65. just in case he's got that flush draw.
I mean, flatting does carry risk, no doubt. But if he comes over the top now, he doesn't get any more.
What we see, he's going to go
Yeah,
more.
that's
He's
an
going to go more
all-in.
than
He's gonna
65.
go all of
Well, to
it.
be fair, Steve only has 52,000. So yeah, I like that play.
Right. So
I like that play.
no difference between an all-in
Yeah.
and your suggestion of 65. Steve's thinking about with 2 overs to your 6s.
Now he's the one saying, does this guy just have a flush draw?
You're thinking.
Is it possible? He's maybe got ace king. Some. Is there anything I can put him on where I can call here? And counting it down. And he says he's got enough chips where he's just gonna
It's gonna be like
work
Elsa.
with what he's got left.
Let it go.
And the rich get richer for chip, now up to 285,000.
Well,
More chips.
Gotta assume he's played solid
More chips for chip.
to get that chip stack when he came here.
Yeah, I like the play there. Checks a set, gets 16,000 out of him, then checks again on the turn, gets another 25.
I still say he could have got more if he flatted that second time, but six clubs on the river. Oh, for maximum pain.
I don't know that we can do that.
Yeah, that's. Well, I know for a fact I can't do it here.
Yeah.
If it can be done,
Yeah, I've
It's
been
gotta
in-
be done
I've been in
upstairs.
the back. I've
Yeah.
never seen that option. I think that's just the way the presentation is from where we go. I don't think there's an option to make things bigger in terms of fonts.
but I know it's not down here.
No,
At
certainly
the
not
broadcast
down
setup.
here.
Max on Facebook says, "Hey, yeah, we're on Facebook now. Nobody told me that.
Well, I didn't know that either.
I was away. Normally I'm on the Wednesday show, but I was up at Universal last week. So
I was here on the Wednesday show. I still didn't know.
but thank you for all the Facebook people joining us. Hope you're enjoying.
I got Jeff with an ace-8 here. He'll fold and skip.
Skips
with an
all in with an
ace
ace-deuce.
deuce. Skip was the chip leader for a while. Now he's down to just 26,000. They're all in the middle here. Although so far looks like he's going to live to see another hand. And
Can't really call with much of these
Alden,
hands
yeah,
that
Alden
are
at a
coming
queen
up.
5.
Monty maybe, but I mean a suited king.
Let me see that count.
Why do I keep hitting the wrong damn button?
Okay. I like to see that.
Right.
I was worried it'd still be the same thing.
No. That math don't math. But like I said, with that suited king, if this were the bounty tournament, maybe Monty calls that. Because that progressive bounty tournament we got on Saturdays, you guys, I mean, it's not just about, playing well and moving up the ladder. The whole point is to knock people out. So whenever you get a chance to knock people out, maybe you play that questionable hand instead of throwing it away.
Well, it certainly brings a different element into making that decision to call an all-in.
Because, I mean, let's say you win the tournament, but the guy you beat, you only get his bounty, and he's racked up like 15 bounties along the way. He's gonna get more money than you, even though you won.
Consolation, though, you're going to get the points.
Right. Well, points is points, man. And I've seen that where the person that gets knocked out on, like, you know, when they do play it down, second or third, sometimes even fourth. But they've got like a stack of bounties.
Especially when we do the mystery bounty tournament.
Yeah.
You can come in way down there. Just pick up one of those 15Ks or whatever the biggest prize was.
That's what it is.
Who cares if you come in first?
Ribs. Oh, it's Rib Day, Hold'em fan? Oh, you didn't tell me that, buddy. Look at that. He's been holding out on us. Oh, that's right. You got pickleball. No ribs for you. I don't have pickleball. I'm actually okay. I actually had breakfast today, and I almost always skip it, so. The foodie chat's not going to break my brain this time.
Not today. Chip counts chips still with a huge lead. Up to now, 44% of the chips in play.
When you're leaning forward like that, I'm losing you. I'm not
Oh, yeah?
hearing you at all. Yeah. So, no, you can lean forward.
I'm more comfortable like this. I just wanted to.
Okay.
Better now?
Yeah, yeah.
Weird.
It sounded like it was like far away, the mic.
Well, the good thing is this is my go-to posture right here, so as long as this is the one that works.
But you enjoy them oven roasted pork ribs, my friend. No ribs for me today. But my wife did go out and get like a bunch of the barramundi because it was on sale.
Yeah.
Man, that fish is good, so I'll have to badger her into making some when I get home. Well, you
All
can't
in here
exactly
from
go all
Steve.
in, Steve, and use chips as a card protector. You kind of got to put them all in.
Oh, so maybe not an all-in, but all in theory. Action on Mike here with 70,000 and ace jack off. He's going to make it 8,500 to go. Pretty much a min race.
This table's full of the same age players.
That is correct.
I don't know about same. I mean, we got Steve over there looking like Sam Elliott and stuff.
Needs to widen that mustache a little bit.
Gours, the banquet beer.
This guy.
But you're not a big movie guy, so.
No, but I watched The Ranch, so I know
Okay.
about Sam Elliott.
Okay.
I like that show.
Because
I have not watched any movies of his.
he was in a film called Roadhouse, and my dad thought that was like the coolest movie like ever. Because I showed it, he had never seen it, and I showed it to him, and I said, "Oh, by the way, I said you should have got some money for this movie, Dad. Sam Elliott plays you."
Well,
And then the scene comes in where he he just kicks a guy's kneecap out, and he leans over and says, "Damn, I bet that hurts, don't it?" My dad was laughing, and I said, "You should have got some money from this, because that's you."
oh, he's all in here. Or maybe he's not all in. Yeah, no, he's still got
Yeah,
that
he's still
little,
got the card guard
You
with the blue
know,
chips.
when I say Steve's all in, it's basically all in.
No, you got a lot of
This time he kept a few though. Yeah, he's got like 3K behind.
like a stack of them blue chips.
And Chip here with a 7-6 hearts. He's certainly a playable hand. He's certainly got
Yeah.
the chips to do it, but be a little reckless to call here. And yeah, he thinks better of it. Although it would be a good spot. 2 unders or 2 overs. I'm sorry to Steve's threes.
I'm sure he put him on a pocket pair, just not as low as threes.
Yeah.
So he's probably got like tens or jacks or something. All right. Now coming to the box, we got North Georgia's own Mr. Patrick Tiller. haven't told him yet that the story that broke last week about the NHL expansion was a hoax. Commissioner shot it down yesterday. Sorry, Pat. That said Atlanta was getting a team.
Oh yeah, they don't have a team.
Well, they had
Forgot
two.
the Thrashers.
That was the second team they lost.
What was the other one?
The Flames,
Oh,
who are now in Calgary.
I didn't know they moved. I thought maybe they just changed names.
Nah. The Calgary Flames? Nope. They started off as the Atlanta Flames. I mean, how much Flames are in Calgary?
Are there Flames in Atlanta?
Well, they call it Hot Atlanta for a reason.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, it's hotter than Florida
I
most
have
of the
heard
time.
that.
Probably something to that whole climate change thing. I didn't even have AC growing up down here until high school. We didn't really need it. Nice cool ocean breeze coming off. You just needed some fans going in the right spots in the house.
Skip's going to take a page out of Steve's book here. Throw in all but one blue chip in.
Skip seems legit upset about having to fold that. Yes, Nancy, our guts are indeed there, and there is audio.
Hopefully there's audio.
Yeah, I had to call out the typo there, Miss Nancy. Please don't take it personally. It says, are your guts there? I'm like, I'm pretty sure.
Top pair, top kick, or second top kicker for Jeff. Gut shot here for Chip with a couple overs. 8,000's the bet. I think Chip's going to call. She does. He's certainly got the chips to do it. Not the card he was looking for, though. 10,000 on the river. I think Chip's only calling here if he's curious to see what Jeff had, but nah, not so curious. He'll show the ace queen.
Chip is like, I can only beat a bluff, and Jeff ain't bluffing. Yeah, we had a little bit of dead air there when they were contemplating their moves. Can't hear our guts. That's a good thing. Means there's no, like, gastrointestinal issues.
We're showing 13 players remaining here, so.
Lucky 13. One of these times I'm going to hit the right button, I swear to God. Steffi Mo's in production today? I didn't know that.
No, she was supposed to be, but she's out. It's just Mike and Barlington today.
Handling it. All right, we don't know what Jeff has.
Monty with an ace-queen offsuit here.
Been a while since I've seen anything from him.
And it looks like 14K is what he's raising it to here. Alton right behind him with a 9-7 of spades. Just 10K more in the big blind. But he will lay it down. Chip with that king 7 already limped. He's going to make the 10K more call. So heads up to the flop here. 3, 4, 6. Ace high is going to be good here.
Chip can't catch a card on that one. So Monty. Yeah, there's some regulars here.
Yeah, especially if you play tournaments. You know, recognize most of these guys.
Yeah, when you get
probably
deep
even
into a
more so when
tournament.
we started.
Yeah.
Sheen, Ruthie,
Yeah.
Benny.
Yeah, we had a lot more regulars. It seems.
Yeah.
And who knows who's on the other table? I
Skip
mean,
here.
we could cheat and just like take a look and see who's still here, but
Skip
nah,
with an ace king.
might ruin the fun.
I'm gonna go mobile and take a little peek now that you mention it. Looks
Bane
like
style. Brent's like,
although Alton here with 9s, you know, I'm gonna hold off here.
time
before
to
I-
go mobile.
Before I go up there. You know what? Nah, I'm gonna be quick.
So Alton's 9s. Thinking about it, he's reaching for chips. He goes all in over the top.
Wow.
Gets and then gets the fold. So it's
He's gonna get the
just
call.
Alton and Skip. 9s against Ace King. And here we go. No 9, so okay. So and wow, nobody catches anything. Skip could not pair either of his overs, so the 9s hold.
That's gonna do it for Skip.
Yep. Thought anybody could play. That's like the whole market. And Niners solid. Yeah. That's my brother's team.
Niners. Didn't they just lose
I don't know.
to the Rams? Aren't they 1-2?
I do not know. I didn't watch any football on Sunday. I was a little busy with a doubleheader of preseason hockey at the arena. Watching the Panthers sweep them Nashville Predators. The Predators were the prey that day.
We're going to get the call here. Heads up to the flop. Ace-8 against 3s. Nobody connecting. Goes check, check.
And Jeff can't catch, so Alton's 3s.
Gonna hold up. Chip counts here. We got Alton catching up to Chip. Chip still with 247,000. Alton now up to 151 though. Jeff 96, Monty 93, Mike 70, and Steve 23,500.
Do me a favor. If it gets down to 9 and Woody's still in, just text Josh and see if he wants to do the whole waiting for another player.
It sounded like they said bring him down.
Oh, well, never mind then. See, I didn't know that part. You don't tell me that.
I just heard that afterwards. Yeah. That was after I told you that. I heard it. I was like, oh. Well. All right, Chip here going to outflop Steve. And Steve gets the rest of that blue stack he was using as a chip protector in. And
Ooh,
he's
there's
going to
the
need some
king.
help, and he finds it right away. So Steve now up to 56,000.
Steve gets
Still a short stack.
hang out.
Still a short stack, but a lot more chips now, a lot better, healthier, and Chip's still leading the way, but not by as much. They're there now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Holmes has been in Cherokee, renting a cabin for a couple of months. Huh. Okay. Sounds like a pretty good trip. The foliage is a thing for a lot of native Floridians.
It is for me.
They're-
I'm gonna be up there in October, West Virginia.
They're amazed by it. I'm half cheesehead, so there's not much of a foliage change in Wisconsin.
No.
There's like a week or so, and then it's right to winter. All the leaves are off the trees. Snow's already on the ground before Halloween. There are some things I miss about living up there.
Oh, yeah.
Not the weather. Don't miss that, even a tiny bit. Or at least in the wintertime.
I don't know. As much as I like stepping out in shorts and a tank top in December, it feels wrong on Christmas Day. That's the only day it feels wrong on.
Well, I still fly to Wisconsin most years
Yeah,
for
there you
Christmas, so I can get a little Christmas snow. Get a couple days of snow, and then
go.
right around the time I get sick of it, I'm like, okay, it's time to fly back to Florida.
It's been a while since I've seen snow. Got a raise here from Jeff. Looks like 13,000 with ace 3 of hearts. Chip gonna make the call with queen 9. And Monty, it's only 7 more, but I don't. Yeah, I wouldn't advise making that call there. Heads up here, 2 pair for Jeff. Aces and 6s with that 3 kicker. Nothing going on for Chip. Goes check, check though. Now we got a boat for Jeff.
3 6s. 6 on the river for a chop.
Jeff gonna bet 6,000.
I mean, a cabin out there in Cherokee. I mean, my wife and daughter would absolutely hate it. So I could never do it. If I ever did something like that, I'd have to go by myself. the faux all in by Steve.
There it is again. Everything but the blues.
Right, the blues stay behind to protect his cards. You know, there's all kinds of card guards out there. You can get any kind. I mean, there was a joint when I was staying at the Flamingo, in like a little storefront. It was nothing but card guards. That's all they had at this little kiosk. And any one you could think of, they had it. So you don't got to keep using them blue chips for your card guard there, Steve. Sure, you can find a nice card guard, personalized, stylized, whatever you want.
And then you got to pay for them. The blue chips are free.
I had a Captain Morgan one because I was always drinking Captain back in the bar poker days.
Yeah.
So they nicknamed me the Captain, so I had a Captain Morgan card guard. Still trying to figure out what happened to it. I had it for a long time, and I just lost it one day. I'm like, whatever happened to that thing?
Ace-9 suited against Ace-8 suited here, and now Steve, let's see if he keeps some blue chips behind this time. He does.
Yeah, he keeps.
I was like, we know what the move is. It's
Right,
just
that's the move.
Yeah.
It's just that, you know.
Is this a strong enough hand where everything goes in, or is there even such a thing? Not in this case.
Chip's like, what have I started this time?
And another tough spot here for him. I mean, it's just 37,000. I mean, you got to think he's going to call here, but it's tough with Monty right behind, and you know he's got a stack where he might shove. And you really don't want to call all this money with just Ace-9 of hearts 3 ways. So, I'm not really sure what he'll do here. I'm going to lean towards call just because I know him as a looser player, but certainly feel like fold is what the book would tell you to do here. But there is that call. And now Monty also in a tough spot here. Do you want to get away from this and keep 73,000? I mean, if you're calling 37 here, you're essentially all in. I mean, you still got another 36, but it's not much to work with. You're going to be by far short stack. So it feels like an all-in or fold here. And he will fold.
All right, so Chip's going to be looking for an ace or some hearts.
Steve's going to be looking to avoid all that and jump up to 143,000 in chips. He's in good shape here.
And he
So far,
snaps all in for
so
that last
far
3K.
Okay.
And at this point, how do you fold?
Chip did catch a 9, giving him another out. He's got backdoor hearts. Another couple outs there. So Chip has 4 outs as it stands now. A heart would raise that number. Oh, there's the ace.
Now it's the queen.
Wow.
And Steve.
Forget about hearts. That's all I needed to see right there. The ace. No queen on the river for Steve. Tough beat there. And Chip was on a downward trend there. That's going to right the ship for him. He's now up to 291,000. Back to 43% of the chips here between these 5 players. Alton 136, Jeff 121, Monty 73, Mike 55, and I believe that's going to take us to final. Am I wrong?
No, that gets us to 10.
Oh, okay.
You're thinking pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Pre-COVID, it was 10.
No.
Nowadays, it's 9.
All right, so 1 away from final table, 2 away from the money for everybody here.
Mr. Krabs style. Money. Money. Monty raising it up with that 10-7. Jeff's got suited connectors, 6-5 of diamonds. Probably feels obligated to defend his big blind.
Heads up to the flop.
Open-ended straight for Jeff. Not bad. And all in, and Monty's like, that was a little unnecessary, wasn't it? And there's our payouts.
Yeah, and just
Everybody.
2 spots away from that 8th
top,
place now.
Top 8 get paid today.
I believe we're approaching the break as well. Approaching final table and approaching the break. Let's see which one happens first. 2 minutes away from the break. Monty limping in with Jack 8. 2 blinds are going to stay around, so 3 players going to the flop. And Jack 8 is going to hit, but chips Queen 4 in the lead now, as Monty just hits his Jack. It's a bet and a call. It looks like a 10 on the turn. Camera doesn't know where to go. Goes check, check there. And a deuce on the river, so Chip's going to hold up here with his queen. Alton with an ace-5, going to make it 12,000. Looks like a min raise there. Chip makes the call with an 8-6 offsuit, and Mike will stick around from the big blind. So 3 players to flop. King 8-5, bottom pair, top kicker for Alton, middle pair, mid kicker for Chip. We don't know what Mike has, but it doesn't matter anymore. He's going to fold. Chip bets 16K with that 8, and Alton will call. And Alton takes the lead now with 2 pair. And takes it down. And are we at final? We're at break or final. I see them bringing out the blue chips for the color up. I believe I had heard we were also at final at the break, but we'll confirm that when we get back.
All right, so.
But yeah, players are getting their chips out for the color up, so yep.
So join us back here for the exciting conclusion and final table of our 130 Deep Stack 3K Guaranteed Tournament.
We'll be back in 10 minutes, guys.
All right, and thanks for hanging out with us and coming back. We are about to begin our final table. So we'll be bringing you all the way to the end. We're not quite at the money yet. We're paying 8 spots today here in our 9-spot final table. And wow, that is some redraw luck. Monty and Jeff both kept their seats.
Yes, they did.
There's only a 1 in 9 chance of keeping your seat.
Steve as well, correct? Steve's still in, right? Is that him in the 9?
No.
No? Oh.
No, he was eliminated.
Okay.
On
I
the
already
last
forgot.
hand, yeah.
My mind reset on that break. I forgot who it was.
Yeah, he was on a draw and he didn't catch.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, you know, the sleeves look the same and we're in the same.
Yeah.
Fooled me. Chip counts. John actually going to be coming in with a chip lead at 280,000. Chip with 275 right behind him. Jim with 249. Bennett, not that Bennett, but a different Bennett, 212. I was like, wait, what? Alton 182. Jeff 130. Mike O 103.
Let off some steam,
Our
Bennett.
short stacks are Monty and Mike with 52 and 37, respectively. Here we go. First hand of the final table is a walk. All right.
Take your base. Monty trots on down to first.
Again, one away from the money, so didn't see if they made a deal or not as they were on break, but for the official money payouts, we are on the bubble currently.
So it's become an episode of The Amazing Race.
I think we're about
It
to
doesn't
see
matter
them
where you
all in
finish
right
right
here.
now.
Yeah,
Just don't be last.
and there's that all in. Mike's hoping it's not him right here, but he is at risk. See if he gets any takers. Monty looking down at an ace-3, also short stacked. Yeah, I don't think that's a spot. And Chip not gonna get carried away with the jack-7 of diamonds there, so Mike picks up a few more chips. Folds around the blinds again here. This time no walk. And John here with an ace-7 of diamonds. He will raise it up to 18,000. And takes it down pre-flop. Folds to Monty here. Monty with pocket threes. And Monty all in with 52,000 remaining. Can I actually say it looks like he has less than that, but let's see what the official count is. Jeff with an ace-6 on the small blind. Probably too much for him to call. And big blind will fold. I'm sorry, Jeff was the big blind in that hand. Jim under the gun here with pocket sevens. And he will choose to just limp. John folding an ace-9 of clubs there. And then we got Mike O making the call with a mystery hand. And the other Mike here in the big blind with an ace-4 and short stacked. Oh. Okay, I missed that Mike did not call. He, in fact, raised 35,000. So that changes things.
Yeah.
And both the other guys getting out of the way.
Five players in the danger zone. That's how we do it with the raised and blinds in this tournament format. If the action don't get you, the blinds will.
It is what it is. I think it'd be worse to take it off every time.
Well, yeah, yeah. That's why I say I'm not trying to be that guy. But if you were wearing a headset, you'd be like, dude, was that me?
The perks of being oblivious, I guess. Jeff raising it up here with an ace-8 on the button. Neither of the blinds making the call, so.
Free round of antes and blinds. Always fun.
Nothing wrong with that. Action's definitely tightened up here. We are on the money bubble. And
has it, though?
Well, since
yes,
we've started, yes. Will it continue?
Well, it kind of slows down around the bubble, but then that bubble bursts, and, well, then the action kind of picks up again.
We hope.
That's usually how it goes. Everybody's nervous. Nobody wants to be the bubble.
No.
You know? Especially when you get to this point, 78 entrants. You've been playing since about 11:30 this morning. And to get all that way in just bubble. Ugh. It's just a punch in the gut. I mean, I'd rather be out in the first couple of rounds or first couple of levels than bubble any day.
$16 more to Bennett here with a king-8 of clubs.
Dude, Bennett found the fountain of youth or something.
Yeah, you can't say everyone's the same age anymore, like they said earlier.
What, Hold'em fan? Nah, he ain't saying that no more.
No.
He's gone. He's up in his cabin in North Carolina, man, getting some reels.
I think he's looking to play some poker up there from that last message.
Yeah. Didn't know they had actual live tables there.
Oh, yeah, Cherokee?
I mean, I haven't looked. I mean, last time I actually looked, they only had,
Oh, yeah,
they were testing out those, like, virtual games.
No, they've always.
With the screen,
I've actually
right,
been there
they
once.
didn't have,
It's a smaller room, but.
Right, they didn't have any live dealers in, but this was like 2008. Last time I looked, when I was up in that area. So, been a long time. Probably lots has changed. That name still messes with me. I mean, it sounds like a really, like, awesome, like, cocktail, like liquid death, and like it's like 180 proof. You know, that's that. I mean, that's what that says to me. And then I read the can. I'm like, shouldn't this be in the beer aisle? No, sparkling water. Not expecting that.
Too early for a beer anyway. Even if they let me drink here, I'd still rather go with a sparkling water right now.
They definitely will not let you drink here.
No, they should. Commentary, liven it up a little bit.
No, I tried. We did a charity event,
Yeah.
and we were allowed to enter the raffle. We couldn't play, but we could enter the raffle. And I won the box of booze. So I said, can I, like, sample and, like, tell the people about, you know, how everything and recommendations? And Josh is like, only if you want to get fired. Straight on the board means it's time to run, go, get to the chopper.
No kings. It is indeed a chop. Folds here to Alton, Queen Deuce, same hand Mike just folded.
I don't think I've seen Jeff look so serious.
I have.
Here's Mike making his move. I mean, 4-8-8. He's down to 37K. He's gotta do something when he gets with a hand like that. King Jack.
Jim right behind with an ace-9. It's callable, but chooses not to. Bennett on the button with the 9-5. I think we're gonna see a call from John here though with the ace-queen.
Yeah, I mean, well, if you can't call the short stack all in with ace-queen, I mean, what are you
He's
doing
going to
here?
do more than that. He sees Monty also short stack to the big blind, puts out a big stack. Monty not coming along though, so here we are. We got our first elimination possibly coming up here as Mike is behind and needs some help. Still needs some help going to the river.
Still needs help. And no help coming. Sixes with ace-queen.
We are officially in the money.
And Mike.
And there's some things going on that make me think.
We don't know anything about that, you know. It must be like between them.
So he's the official bubble. We'll put it that way. And John going to be the chip leader now, 347,000. Chip second place, 271. Jim 227. Bennett 192, Alton 162, Mike O 135, Jeff 130, Monty still short stack. 8-handed now. Jeff with an ace jack. Makes it 22,000. And takes down some blinds and antes. So $307 will be what the next person takes home. All of them hoping it's not them. Got their eyes on some bigger numbers up top. 25.84 at the very top. 15.99 for second and 1,052 for third.
John goes to 18K with a pair of fives. Chip calls with the Kennel Club hand. Finally, the Kennel Club hand getting some respect.
Oh. Heads up to the flop, and there's the 9.
Crushes the fives on the flop. John's like, I was just kidding. Jeez, you didn't have to do that.
Ace 10 this time for Jeff, under the gun. And he raises it up to 20,000. A little discount from the 22,000 last time. John with an ace 10 as well. He'll fold it reluctantly. And looks like another round of blinds and antes for Jeff.
Well, why pay for the antes and blinds yourself when you can get your opponents to do it for you?
Yeah.
David Cat says, sup. Sup to you, David. Jumping in right when we got to the money here at the final table. Paying 8 spots. 8 players remain.
Yep, hand number 84 of our stream here. And aces, haven't seen those in a while. Chip. Makes it 20K. Snap called by Mike O right behind him. And now Jeff is evaluating and seeing what Chip's got. It's a good fold. We don't know what Jeff had there. Heads up to the flop. And that's about as good of a flop as Mike O could ask for. And with only 95,000, there's an all-in. Chip is not snap called, but it's hard to believe he's going to fold here. I think we're going to be seeing an all-in the call.
He actually wants Mike to get his second pair.
Yeah. And there is the call. He doesn't like it. He is ahead here. I think he's going to be happy to see what Mike's got. But still a lot of outs here. 8 outs for Mike. And that's a brick, and that's a brick. So the
Yeah.
aces will hold. And just like that, we are now down to 7.
So Mike O, congratulations, out in 8th place, and $307, I believe, was 8th place.
Something like that. Sounds right.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Yeah, nailed it. 307.
All right, Bennett under the gun with 8s this time. He will raise it up.
Monty's going to go for it. Down to 45K with King 10. Chip folds 8-3. That's not good for Bennett.
One of Bennett's 8's gone, but if he does call, he doesn't need to hit the 8. He just needs Monty to avoid. And Bennett will call, so. That last 8 would certainly help the cause, but just needs Monty to avoid a king or a 10 so far.
He's dodging so far.
And he dodges well. Bennett
Monty eliminated in 7th place.
gonna knock out Monty, and all of a sudden we're 6-handed. It's going quick. We stayed at 9 for a while, and now 3 in a row. Brings Chip up to 424,000 after the hand before. John 329. Bennett 257 now after that hand. Jim 211. Jeff 150. Alton 142. Chip raising up to 20,000 with a king 7. And Chip taken down.
Monty! Never mind. We thought you left the phone, but it's Larry's.
Cat says Montella Monte. Not sure what that means, but we do encourage audience participation on this show. Chip with King 10 suited. Raises it up, looks like to 25K, I believe.
That's correct.
Bennett's got trays, but he ain't feeling froggy, so he ain't gonna jump. With 69, dude. Whoa. Folds it. Jeff folds. The worst hand in poker, allegedly. I hear 7 deuce is the worst hand in poker, but it never costs me any money, except the occasional blind. So for me, the worst hand is the second best.
Jacks.
No, I mean just whatever comes in second. Because
Jacks. That's mine.
that's the hand that cost me the most money. The second best. But 7 deuce. I'm like, hey, you want? If I get it in a big blind, I'm like, you want my blind that bad? Here you go, bro.
For everybody that's left.
All right, 3 players here. Pot already up to 70,000. 9-7-6 flop, open-ended for Chip here. Gut shot, or no, yeah, gut shot for Jeff. 8. And these two will stick around. 3 of clubs on the turn will give Chip the straight. And he'll bet Jeff off his hand, so. Some VPIP stats for you. Chip leading the way. Jeff in second, John right behind him, then a little bit of a drop-off before Alton, Jim, and Bennett in last with just 5%.
Not surprised to see seat 6 in last.
See, oh yeah.
That guy's such a nit. Never plays a hand.
Every turn.
In like 2.5 years. Never played once.
And all in here from Alton with the ace-king. Jeff with an ace-8 will fold, and Chip will also fold. All right, Bennett first to go here. And he will raise it up with pocket 7s. 21,000 is the total. Chip makes the call with 10-8. And we got Jeff with an 8-5 here. Or I'm sorry, Jeff with 85,000 in chips.
Yeah,
that's what I went with.
I was like, I almost pulled a Tim Allen on you. I was like,
yeah, I did that one backwards. He's got an ace-king with 85,000 in chips.
Little dyslexic on that one.
At least I didn't continue it.
Right.
Jeff with an 8-5 with ace-king 1,000.
Ace-king 1,000. That's a lot of thousands. Chip would probably love to score an elimination there, but with 10-8, I mean, you can't. And Jeff's a pretty solid player, so he usually don't shove with nothing, trying to push the table around. Can't see Jeff's hand again. Alton looking at an ace-5. Nobody's played yet, and Alton's right in front of the button, so he's going to go all in. Or wait, is he all in or not? The dealer has thrown him the. I guess he just didn't put all his chips out. But whether it was an all-in or not, there's no action, so Alton will pick that up.
Pass for you guys. Again, we are 6-handed now, so 427 for the next elimination. And Alton looking down at aces here. Looks like 30,000 is the amount. And it's all up to John if he gets a call, and he will get a call. So heads up to the flop.
Don't know what John has.
Pot up to 75,000 already.
But aces.
Good flop for aces, nice and safe.
Yeah.
And an all in with the aces. Maybe a little strong bet there, but
Well, sometimes you want to end it early. Just take the pot.
gets John off the whatever he had.
5, 10, 10, the levels now. 25K in orbit, and that's why we have half of our players already in the danger zone. I mean, 150K sounds like a lot in chips, but at 25K in orbit, it's only 6 orbits. So it's not really that much.
Bennett on the button with a king-jack here, but first we got Jim with an ace-5. He's going to lay it down. Bennett's got to raise this, you'd think. And there it is. It's like 26. 21. Chip will make the call with a queen-3. It's only 11 more. He's already in for half. And he'll check it over. Not the flop Chip's looking for. Good flop here for Bennett. Top pair, good kicker. Ooh, my back. Stand up. Whoa.
Are you sure? That stuff's expensive, man. You gotta quit dropping it.
Is it?
For the folks at home, I'm just busting chops. He did drop it, but it didn't go to the ground.
Didn't even hit the ground.
No,
yeah.
it didn't go to the ground. He did drop it though.
I saved it. Eight, 8, 6 flop connects with nobody.
It's a rare talent to miss everybody with a flop, but gosh darn, if our Mr. Tiller, he is just the missingest.
Ooh, my knee.
Chip's got half the deck for outs.
Bruh. I'm getting ready now.
Did you meme the? Did you just meme our stream? Bruh. So I should look at the sound deck that they have for the pick show. Do they have that?
Not yet.
No, they don't have. Bruh.
Oh, we got a lot on there now. Chip with sevens. And Jim makes a call with Queen Jack. Heads up to the flop. We go. King 5-5. Sevens still ahead. Goes check check though. 2 of clubs on the turn gives Jim a flush draw now. Goes check check again. And a jack on the river will give Jim the check mark. And he'll bet 30,000. Tough to call here if you chip. I mean, you're only beating the deuce or a bluff. Anything else on that board beats you. But if he doesn't believe him, he certainly can afford the call. But it looks like he is going to believe him. Folds the sevens face up. Go take a little peek. Woke you up.
Nah, I've been here the whole time. And now we'll find out, as Brent is peeking, if he is acutely aware that we can hear everything he says. My money's on no. Dude, your mic is picking up all that.
Oh, my steps?
Yeah.
That's a sensitive mic, you know? Or I walk heavy, maybe both. Chip count, Chip in first, 447, John 254, Bennett 222, Jim 211, Alton 202, Jeff 177. So
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of
Chip's-
chip passing going on the
yeah,
last
Chip's,
few orbits.
Chip's kind of separated himself. Everybody else very similar. Only 80,000 separating second and last. And Chip here with an ace-10.
And it gets like that sometimes, but it can't stay like that because the blinds are always going up.
Jim with fives here. There's 20,000 to call. He's already in the big blind. He's got to make this call. Wow. Or the small blind, I mean. I would have seen it there. He's got the chips to do it. Chip's raising every hand. Although he's had hands most of the times he has raised. Three players to flop here as Jim limps in on the button with the king-queen. Jim's certainly been playing kind of tight here. That's a raisable hand on the button. And all spades, he does have the best spade. Right now, Bennett in the lead, although not percentage-wise. And Bennett the only one out of here. So John made the bet with a 9-5 here. And he's going to make another bet. Called again by Jim. And 5 of spades on the river will give Jim the check mark. That's what he was hanging around for. And it's his turn to bet 40,000. So nice pie here for Jim. Three players here this flop. 9-3 deuce connecting with John. 7 of clubs on the turn here. John's still in the lead. Jim made the call with a gut shot there. 7 of hearts on the river though, no help. So John gets a few of those chips back from the last hand.
Blinds are up, I believe. 10, 15, 15. Now 40K in orbit. This is why you can't pass chips forever. The blinds will eat you up eventually. So he took the over-under of 100 hands. Congratulations. This is hand 101.
We're there. Here we go. We got an all-in call here. Alton at risk with ace-jack, but a good flop for him. And
Oh, no, 3-7's no help for anybody. Alton's going to get that one.
it's a big one for Alton. That's going to take him above Chip and take Chip down from this spot atop the table here.
Jackson Gregory and Antonio Diolazabal. I hope I didn't butcher that too bad.
Alton now up to
Rooting for Bennett.
389,000.
And the only one who's not in the danger zone.
Yeah, Chip's still in second place now, 255, barely ahead of John, who's barely ahead of Jim. Little bit of a difference there, 50K down to Bennett, and Jeff in last with 177,000. Again, we are still six-handed. We've been six-handed for a while now. Next elimination going to take home $427. We were a 9. We dropped to 6 pretty quick after sticking a 9 for a while, and now we've been stuck at 6 here. Hopefully. Not official.
Right.
All right, I've seen this before. We got 6s and 9s here in the same hand. Chip here with the 6s raises it up 40,000. Alton now just took a big hand off of him, and he's got 9s here, 30,000 more to call from the small blind. He will call, and now Jeff with an ace-7 suited, and he is the short stack here. He's got 30,000 invested already in this hand. Does he think this is a spot where maybe he can lead it all in and pick up a free 60,000? No, he's just going to make the call here. That was 80,000. No, that's right. That was 40,000. So yeah, just a call. King Jack 5 flop, connecting with nobody. Alton checking his 9s. Jeff checking his ace high, and Chip is gonna no C bet from him. He'll check as well. Does Jeff now take a stab at this? No. Checks back to Chip. Nobody wants this one. 10 of hearts on the river. See if anyone takes a stab here now. And it will be Chip after being checked to every street. He's now going to put 50,000 in the middle, and we know that's the only way he can win it because Alton's got a better pair. But it's going to be tough for Alton here with 3 overs to his 9s. And it goes fold, fold. So the 6s do hold up. Good bet there on the river from Chip.
Good call. All right, well, we can't see what John has this hand. But he folds, so it works. Folds around to Jeff. Queen 5 suited, and ooh. He'll put a big old bet. All of it, in fact. And it looks like Bennett's calling it, so it's Bennett's jacks against Jeff's Queen 5 suited. And here we go. No help for Jeff there. Picks up a 5, but it's not enough. With jacks and 6s, Bennett's going to eliminate Jeff there in 6th place. So $427 will go to Jeff. And then there were 5. There you see the payouts. All right, we're going to start off with Chip here with KJ, and he's going to bump it. Looks like, well, I was going to guess 35, but it's 40K. Jim with a suited ace. Might look tempting, but he decides against it. And then John will defend his big blind with 8-5 suited. Good gravy, that was loud.
Jeez. But he's the loud police. I took it off too. I tried to, I tried to
No,
save
I watched
you from
you.
all
You were trying to be smooth about it, but
know.
that mic is like crazy sensitive.
I said, buddy heard my footsteps last time. I'm gonna take it off. So.
And all in for John. Chip's like, nah, we just seen this episode with Jeff, so I'm not gonna go for it this time.
All right, heads up here between John and Chip. Jack 5 against Jack 4. And both players with a gut shot.
Wow, that's a crazy amount of outs. Pair of kings on the board. This is a chop. Pair of kings with Queen Jack 9.
Chop it up. Jim leading us off with a 5-4 under the gun. Bennett probably going to get out of the way here. John with a suited connectors on the button. And he will indeed raise 35, no, 40, 45. Got there eventually. And Alton with a pair in the big blind will call pocket 7s. Heads up to the flop. And Seven's still well ahead. Goes check, check quickly. John now picking up a under pair with the 5s. Before he gets to John, though, Alton gonna bet. Looks like 35? 35, yep. John will call with that pair. Queen on the river. Another over to Alton's 7s, but he does have the check mark now. And it goes check, check. So nice pot there, 185,000 going to Alton. It's going to bring him up to just about 450,000. Bennett under the gun. He's got the best hand in poker. Or the worst. Depends how you look at it. 7 deuce. Alton has a 9-6 of diamonds, but Chip gonna raise it up first, 40,000. And Jim will make the call. All spades.
Which would be handy if Jim has spades. We don't know what he has.
We know Chip doesn't have one or anything on that board. But he will put out a C-bet here. And a pretty heavy C-bet.
And he'll get it.
Chip raises to 40,000 here with Queen Jack. And here comes some action. Jim with Pocket Kings is all in.
Chip's probably like, how the hell did I get in the middle of this?
Chip can get out of the way easy enough.
With the Queen Jack, he's like, yeah, I'm going to step out.
We'll call, and Alton in bad shape here. Jim in good shape to double up to 336, but an ace would... Oh, wow, ace and a queen.
Deal. There it is, just double shot power.
Jack would do it, or a king, but no such luck for him. That's going to do it for Jim, and that's going to bring us to final 4.
Place. Oh, gravity.
What are we talking about here? A little ICM?
This? Players are... He's like, give me that headset.
I still can't hear anything.
It would appear the players have asked to at least run the numbers.
It would appear that way, and it is that way. And we know what the chop is, and we know that it's going to happen. So, you know, to save us the trouble of all the calculations and everything, we got the numbers for you guys right here. Walking away in first place, 1848. I believe that will be Alton. Although I have this from last to first, so I got to eyeball the stacks here. Second place kid takes home 1427, which I'm assuming is Chip.
Chip.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, yeah,
Chip
there
count.
we go.
This will make things easier. Okay, Alton taking home 1848. Chip taking home 1427. John taking home 1361, and Bennett taking home 1337.
Okay, now, just like Scorpion, get over here.
That is official. I'm ready this time. You know,
Okay,
I'm in
here
the
we
picture.
go. All right.
Hair's
Frame,
half decent.
PBKC, and everything. All right,
But,
so that's going to do it for our Wednesday 130 Deep Stack 3K guarantee. Congratulations to all our winners, or those that chopped. What was that, about 1,400 each, and then 1,800 for Alton?
18, 14,
Am I
and then
getting that
13's
right?
for the other two. Yep.
Okay.
1850 for first.
All right, so we really appreciate everybody joining us. Hit that like, follow, and subscribe button, and definitely hit the notification bell so that you'll be aware whenever we go online live-ish, which will be right around tomorrow, same time, about 1:40-ish for our PLO tournament. 3K guarantee. You definitely don't want to miss that. Until then, on behalf of Mike and Barlington up at the production booth, Matt F. with
Brent.
With
and
Brent,
we
yeah.
out. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you for tuning in. Have a good night.